I mean, if you've seen any of the pressers today, the narrative coming out of the White House appears to be the Iran war was a success. We reopened the strait, which was already open before all the billions spent to bomb schools. But
Operation Epic Fury was a historic and overwhelming victory on the battlefield.
I will say that the president's demands, we have not reached any of those objectives. I have full confidence that the president is going to find some way to make this happen. But he said that we want to dismantle all major nuclear facilities. That has not happened.
Oh, that's gonna hurt!
the reality, based on what actually happened, what was achieved, and even what Trump's own allies are now saying, is very different. Because when Fox News starts admitting that the goals weren't met, you don't have a messaging problem, you have a results problem.
So when you're looking at a ceasefire now, if Iran keeps shooting and Iran's in control of the strait in some way, shape, or form, is there a deal here at all?
I am not sure there's a deal. That'll bear out the next 24, 48 hours. But if they keep firing, we still have more targets that we can hit in Iran. And we have, I would say, air supremacy. Air supremacy is a technical term that we use in the Air Force. There is no threat of being shot down, but we do have air superiority. We have 90 to 95% free access anywhere in that country with a minor threat there to shoot us down. We saw that with the F-15. And we could continue to pummel targets. We can continue to target their leadership. In the end, we have the upper hand here. And
now, let's just kick things off with what this war was supposed to accomplish. And by supposed to, I mean the objective changed every single day almost. First, it was positioned as a way to neutralize Iran's nuclear capability, the same nuclear capability which we were told last year was already obliterated.
The law, you are responsible for providing national intelligence to the president, correct?
Yes.
And to the heads of executive branch departments and agencies, yes?
Yes.
And to the chairman of the Joint Chiefs and senior military commanders?
Across the IC, yes.
And to the Senate and the House and relevant committees, correct?
Yes.
And the law states that the national intelligence you provide to Congress, quote, should be timely, objective, and independent of political considerations, correct?
Yes.
And you noted in your opening statement you're here fulfilling a statutory responsibility and that your testimony, quote, represents the IC's assessment of threats,
right.
Correct? That opening statement, as submitted to the committee in advance of this hearing, stated that as a result of last summer's airstrikes, quote, Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated, end quote, correct?
That's right.
And is that in fact the assessment of the intelligence community?
Yes.
So the assessment of the intelligence community is that Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated by last summer's airstrikes?
Yes.
In the opening statement you submitted to the committee last night also stated, quote, there has been no effort since then to try to rebuild their enrichment capability, end quote, correct?
That's right.
And that's the assessment of the intelligence community. The White House stated on March 1st of this year that this war was launched and was, quote, a military campaign to eliminate the imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime, end quote. That's a statement from the White House. Quote, the imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime. Was it the assessment of the intelligence community that there was an imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime?
Then it was to neutralize their military, which Trump quickly claimed victory over, especially regarding their air defense systems while planes were being attacked.
They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. We are unstoppable as a military force.
The president did say that their radars rolled down, and so he probably can claim that legitimately. But the fact that there are still anti-aircraft kinds of capabilities that are based on heat temperature differences that can identify aircraft and still target aircraft is probably what got this F-15.
Then it was to secure the Strait of Hormuz permanently. Then it was back to eliminating more nuclear threats. Then it was forcing Iran into submission on US terms. That was the framing, if you could keep up. Then after weeks of escalation, the war allegedly ended at the time this video has been recorded because who knows what else might change, with a temporary 2-week ceasefire. And even that pause came with major concessions, right? Fox News can't ignore. Iran retains influence over the Strait of Hormuz. Negotiations are still ongoing and key issues like nuclear capability remain unresolved.
But I will say that the president's demands, we have not reached any of those objectives. I have full confidence that the president is going to find some way to make this happen. But he said that we want to dismantle all major nuclear facilities. That has not happened. The end of uranium enrichment on the soil, they're still enriching. The transfer of the enriched uranium stockpiles out of Iran, that hasn't happened. The acceptance of intrusive international inspections, they're still not willing to do that. And they have not suspended their ballistic missiles program. They're still firing them off to stop the production of the long-range missiles. That's just a few of them on the president's proposal. The question is the president using this 2 weeks to give our soldiers a break, a rest, to see if we can get this ultimately done? We'll see.
And even more telling, right? You have Iran itself claiming victory, arguing that it forced the US into negotiations on its terms. Now, nobody should be taking Iran's opinion verbatim. Both sides seem to be claiming that they won. I mean, in fact, the argument that we should be listening to what Trump said falls apart when this is what he has said throughout the conflict, right? Are you ready? March 3rd, we won the war. March 7th, we defeated Iran. March 9th, we must attack Iran. Later, March 9th, the war is ending almost completely and very beautifully. March 11th, you never like to say too early you won. We won in the first hour. It was over. March 12th, we did win, but we haven't won completely yet. March 13th, we won the war. March 14th, please help us. Everyone open the Strait of Hormuz. March 15th, if you don't help us, I will certainly remember allies that I've insulted on the regular. March 16th, actually, we don't need any help at all. The Strait of Hormuz, we don't need it. Who cares?
We're making a lot of progress.
You said that the war was militarily won in Iran. What did you mean by that? You said the war was militarily won in Iran. What did you mean by that?
Oh, I think we've won. We've knocked out their Navy, their Air Force. We've knocked out their anti-aircraft. We've knocked out everything. We're roaming free. From a military standpoint, all they're doing is clogging up the strait. But from a military standpoint, they're finished.
So how much longer?
March 16th later, it was just testing to see who's actually listening to me. We do need your help. March 16th later again, if NATO doesn't help, they will suffer something very bad. March 17th, we neither need nor want NATO's help. March 17th later, I don't need congressional approval to withdraw from NATO. March 18th, our allies must cooperate in reopening the Strait of Hormuz. March 19th, US allies need to get a grip, step up and help open the Strait of Hormuz that I previously claimed we don't need, nor do we need your help. March 20th, NATO are cowards. March 21st, the Strait of Hormuz must be protected by the countries that use it. We don't use it. We don't need to open it. We have a bunch of oil, which we don't want to give to the American people. We'd rather sell for profit. March 22nd. This is the last time I will give Iran 48 hours. Open the damn strait. March 22nd. Iran is dead. March 23rd. We had a very good and productive talk with Iran. March 24th. We're making progress. March 25th. They gave us a present and the present arrived today. March 26th later. Make a deal or we'll just keep blowing them away. March 29th. Once again claimed that talks were progressing. March 30th. Open the Strait of Hormuz immediately or face devastating consequences. March 31st, claimed the deal was very close and Iran would, quote, do the right thing. You still with me? I know it's a lot. April 1st, we'll see what happens very soon. April 3rd, something big is going to happen. April 4th, said Iran must comply immediately or face further consequences. April 5th, open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards, or basically the US will commit a genocide. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. Who can forget that comment? April 7th, a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. And now today, I think we're up to date. Trump's claiming victory again. Can you see where the narrative starts to break down a wee bit?
Night. If any foreign adversary had attempted to do the same over our soil, they would have no ability to do so. Will they have a system here or there? Maybe. Do they have a network, a system that's capable of defending their skies? No, they don't. It's, as the chairman laid out, that's been dismantled, degraded, and destroyed. So it's a slight distinction, but an important one. Yes, right here.
Iran
Go ahead.
General George in the middle of a war.
Excuse me. You got a question? Go ahead. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Two questions actually for you.
And the key question remains, right? All of this, at what cost? US service members were killed. Oil prices surged globally. Economic pressure increasing here at home, and the US risked a broader regional war, all for an outcome that didn't fully resolve the conflict, didn't eliminate the threat completely, allegedly, and didn't secure long-term stability.
Iran is a very bad regime. No discussion about that. I disagree with them on a lot of topics. But I don't believe that we will fix the situation just by bombings or by military operations. Look at what happened with this type of operation in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Libya. We never delivered. Never. Even after 20 years. So you have to respect the sovereignty of people. If people want to change a regime, they want to react, step up, they can do so.
And this is part of a broader pattern that we've seen throughout this administration, right? Promises made, never kept. The American people collateral.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.